This is the plaintiff, Janet Costello. She says the defendant has been doing roofing jobs for her for the past 14 years. And on the most recent job she hired him for, he messed up. He didn't do a good job. She had a leak in her kitchen, and the defendant gave her the royal runaround for so long, she had to hire someone else to fix the roof. This is a bad way to treat a good customer, and she has no other choice but to sue him in this court for the $2,770.10 she's rightfully owed. This is the defendant, Michael Alamia. He says the plaintiff has 5 different roofs on her house, and he worked on only one of them. He tried to explain the leak in the kitchen was coming from one of the roofs he didn't work on, but the plaintiff can't seem to understand that, so here they are. He's accused of shoddy roofsmanship.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff hired the defendant to do some roof work for her, but she says that the guy did a lousy job and the roof leaked into the kitchen. But the defendant says the leak came from a different area of the roof and he doesn't work for free. It's the case of this roof isn't on the house.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Ms. Costello, you have previously hired the defendant on several occasions to do work on your house, correct?
That's correct.
And the most recent time that you hired him was June of 2019.
That's correct.
And in April, you also hired him.
Correct.
What did you hire him to do in April?
In April, he came out to cover my dormer windows on my 3rd-story roof.
So I see that in June, the work was on a 2nd-story main roof. Main roof as opposed to what?
Is that the most current one?
Yes. Well, I don't know. June?
That was on a dormer.
Okay, I don't know what a dormer is.
Just a sec. That was on a part of the 2nd story.
Okay. And the kitchen, the roof on the kitchen is a 1st story?
It's above the 1st story, that's correct. In April,
No. Is it underneath that roof we're talking about, or
it's
is
underneath the roof. It's underneath the main roof, correct.
Okay, hold on. Is there a story on top of the kitchen?
No.
Right.
Yes.
So there's one story where
Correct.
the kitchen is.
Correct.
And you're talking about, on June 22nd, you're talking about work that was done on the 2nd story.
Front.
Yes, 2nd story?
Front.
Okay, front, 2nd story.
Yes.
But in April, what did you do?
I believe they were coatings on existing roofs that didn't belong to me. They weren't my work.
Okay, but what's a coating?
Coating's a liquid aluminum that goes on the flat roof to help it last.
Okay, how long is it supposed to last if I pay you to do that?
Anywhere from 3 to 5 years.
Okay, and is there a warranty on that?
No, not on a coating. Very rarely does anybody give a warranty on a coating.
Well, how long?
It's not
If it should last, how long did you say?
An approximate is 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, not 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 years.
Yes.
All right, because you had problems right away. Right away in 3 months.
In 4 months, in October.
In October, actually,
Correct.
that's 6 months later because the coating was in
No,
April.
I'm sorry,
it
Your
wasn't
Honor.
in June.
The coating was in June. It was
No,
the end
the
of...
coating was in April. The coating on the 1st story, because you ended up with a leak in your kitchen in October, right?
I ended up with a leak in my kitchen in October.
Okay.
Correct.
So the coating of the other portions of the roof were in April, not in June.
He did the dormer work in April, on April 9th. He did the 2nd-story main roof in April.
And the coating.
The May 30th invoice was for the
May
coatings.
30th? I don't even have that one. There was another time? I don't have an invoice for May 30th. Please hand me that.
Sure. At that time...
No, this is June 22nd. This is the
Where it says
invoice
that-
dated June 22nd, ma'am. I
Okay.
already have that.
Okay, the
I
date-
have 2 invoices. I have April and June.
Okay.
Is
All right,
there
well,
a third one?
No. The
Okay.
invoice that's dated June 22nd, I was looking at the date of the plans, which was May 30th.
Okay, so let's just go
Okay.
by the June 22nd, but on the
Okay,
June
that's fine.
22nd one, that's not the time of the coating. The coating, what do you call coating in here? Because the word coating doesn't appear in either. What is it, coating?
Aluminum,
Aluminum what?
asphalt, aluminum coating.
Keep talking. Install aluminum capping?
No.
What? Keep talking. Give me the whole phrase.
I don't have it in front of
Excuse me. Modified aluminum.
Okay, I don't know who you are, but you don't even have a microphone, so don't yell from your seat in a courtroom. It's not a sport game. but thank you for trying to be helpful. Dude, this is a really simple question. I'm gonna hand you your 2 invoices.
Okay.
Tell me when you coated the kitchen, the roof on top of the kitchen. And tell me the words you used that weren't coating, or tell me if I missed the word coating. You end up with a leak in your...
I'm sorry. Number 4, install coat of aluminum asphalt to second-story main
What
roof.
date is that invoice?
That is August 22nd of 19.
August 22nd.
Yes.
Okay, hand it over. That's June 22nd. I know which one it is.
June, I'm sorry.
All right. So on June 22nd is when you coat all of the roof, including the roofs that you didn't install or whatever you said.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And what happens after June? That's June 22nd. Now, 4 months later, in October, there's a leak in the kitchen. How do you discover the leak?
Correct. I had my kitchen redone in October. 2 days after it was redone, I had rain.
You had what?
Rain. It rained.
It rained.
Yes. And we were decorating our kitchen, and we noticed the wall was bubbling out because the water was leaking through the wall, bubbling out the paint.
Okay.
So that's when I noticed I had the leak
So what'd
in
you do?
October. I called my Jim.
Who's Jim?
Jim over here, who's
And
seated.
what's Jim do for a living?
He redid my kitchen. He's
Okay.
a contractor. I called him and showed him a picture and said, we have a problem. So I was having a heart attack. I just spent thousands of dollars on my kitchen.
Okay.
So he came out the next day with his brother Brian, my witness, who's a roofer.
Okay.
He went up on my roof, took pictures of where the leak was occurring above my
Do
kitchen.
you have those pictures?
Yes. They
May I
were-
see those pictures?
Yes. Yeah. These are the before pictures. Thank you.
These pictures are taken on top of what portion of the roof? Right on top of the kitchen?
Yes, the first picture is the drain box on the kitchen roof, which is where the leak was occurring.
And that's what had been supposedly coated by him with aluminum, yada, yada.
So it was supposed to be reflashed and coated. Reflashed means you apply roofing cement around all the perimeters, the pipes, the edges, the drain box, and then you apply the silver coating.
When you say it was supposed to be reflashed, says who? Is that what it says in his invoice, or you're saying that's the right way to do it?
Well, that is the right way to do it.
Right, but
it
are you saying
says-
that's what she paid for and she didn't
Yes.
get?
On number 3, it says 3-ply asphalt cement and asphalt fabric to all flashings, which the drain box would be considered one of the flashings.
And it wasn't?
And it was not mucked, no.
Okay. And you know it's not muck because what? Because you can see it, because muck is what color?
Muck is black,
Black.
and it stands out a lot darker.
Yeah.
And also, from experience of being a roofer, when people silver coat roofs without mucking, you can tell because they silver coat
That's
it to
mucked,
the edge.
right?
Yes, that's muck, but it's not new muck.
Okay.
So I do have pictures of what fresh muck would look like.
Okay.
And I have the after pictures.
How old is this muck? You can't tell by looking at it, right?
It's certainly older than
So
4
that,
months.
that looks like one of the pictures of something he did on the dormer roof up top.
Some other time, like
Yes.
April or
Yeah,
something. All right.
yes.
So show me what work you did. You got paid $1,010 to fix the roof, correct?
Yes.
And what is the work that you did to fix the roof?
So I reflashed all the roofs with roofing cement and fabric.
Which is also something she had paid him to do, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And on the top A-frame, when he installed his rubber, he...
What's a top A-frame?
So she has her kitchen roof, she has a side bay roof, and then she has her main roof, which is on a slight
Oh, so
slant.
you did work on the
and
main
then
roof
she has
too?
the dormer,
What'd
yes.
you do on the main roof?
I reflashed all the flashings, which were
Because?
supposed to be already done.
And because there was no flashing? What do you mean
It-
reflashed?
With roofing cement and fabric.
Oh,
So
because none of it had been done with
It was supposed to
roofing
be
cement.
done, but it wasn't done properly.
Okay, so I'm looking at the 622 bill, and you charge her for cement and asphalt fabric to all flashings, and he's showing me pictures and saying certain things about your work, and why isn't he right?
Because, Your Honor, it was done before he did all his work. So it was coated over. It was all done prior to him. He can't possibly tell if I did that or not.
Wouldn't the black show if
No,
you did it?
because
Why
after-
wouldn't it?
Because after the black cement was installed, it's black cement, that's the flashings. The coating is silver. goes over it.
Does it? How come it didn't go over it here in your work? Number one. And number two, why is there a text from your wife saying to him, are you the wife? Yes, sorry. Because I'm about to
That's right.
out you on the text, okay? Why
No,
is
I
there
don't
a
have it.
text on your from your wife saying, receive the pictures today? That's on November 5th. I will show to Mike and get back to you. And not until November 18th, which is 13 days later, 2 weeks later, is there a response from you, Janet, my phone went down again. Brand new phone and it acts up. With that said, Michael wants to know if he can come out one more time to try to fix the cracks. Coatings do not cover cracks, but 3-ply fabric will. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Why are you mentioning 3-ply fabric as though it's something you hadn't done?
This is made up.
It is you, but
Right.
you are only parroting what your husband tells you.
No, I did that on my own.
You just made up the 3.
He wasn't home. My
So
phone
you made
was
up
down.
stuff. Mike wants
I
to
had to
know
look it
if
up.
he can come out one more time to try to fix the cracks. Coatings do not cover cracks, but 3-ply fabric will. She was charged for the 3-ply fabric. Is a 3-ply fabric what is put on? What's black? The 3-ply fabric?
So yes, it's a layer of roofing cement, and then it's a layer of mesh fabric that goes on the cement, and then a layer of cement over the fabric.
And according to you, that's not there at all. There's no
No.
silver paint covering it. It's just not there.
You can clearly tell the difference.
Okay. All right. Now you end up paying them because you don't hear from these folks. Why was it that 2
My
weeks
phone,
passed?
I don't know why she didn't call Michael, but my phone was down. Well,
Okay,
for
your
3
phone
weeks.
was down is a you problem. It's not a her problem.
I understand
and
that.
Stop. I see the text where she's texting you. Are you the receptionist for the bill for
Yes.
the business?
Yes.
Okay, so she texts you. She tells you she has a problem. You know she has a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't get back to her for 2 weeks. So why is that okay?
Your Honor, it didn't work that way. It did not happen
No, I'm
that
looking
way.
at the text.
I know, but she was mixed up. This was another leak. There was another leak before this bathroom leak, this kitchen leak,
This is in November. It's
the porch leak. Can I address the?
Wait, no, I
plaintiff?
don't want to get confused. What are you saying? There was another leak. This is the dates of these texts are November 2019.
Okay,
The other leak he's talking about happened long before November,
Yeah.
and it was taken care of.
Yeah.
porch?
Totally different.
Yeah, the porch is different. These texts are from November. She says, we've got a problem. And then she doesn't get back to her for 2 weeks. Why didn't she call Mike? She called you and told you there was a problem. Do you have a separate number for him?
I didn't at the time. No.
Okay. So it's not until 2 weeks later that
I've
your
always-
business contacts her, and by then she's already hired him and fixed it.
Ma'am, the number's right on the contract.
I don't care. Why did you wait 2 weeks to get back to her?
I didn't have a phone.
Lady, for 2 weeks.
I did
you
not
couldn't
have a
borrow
phone.
Mike's phone, the one you said she should reach Mike on?
I didn't know she got in touch with me. Like, she texted me.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. I have a
Wow.
text to you on November 5th.
Okay. When she texted me, I did not get it because I did not have a phone. By the time I got my phone
No,
back.
no. Let me read the text on November 5th. What did he do? Only roof he did was your main roof. The rest were only coatings, so the only one is your main. And then she very artfully asks, what does coating include? To which you answer, so you've got a phone because you're answering.
Yeah, I
no
did then.
guarantees unless it was his rubber roof to begin with. Should it crack after 4 months, after it was coated? And you answer, so apparently you still have a phone. That is a question I need to ask Mike. I can't right now. I will when he's out of a meeting. Then she sends you, all that happens when? In October? When were all these?
That was probably in October. Towards the end
Late
of
October?
Correct.
Then on November 5th, she apparently sent you pictures through text or through email.
No, I actually, after I saw all the pictures.
How'd you send the pictures?
My attorney sent a letter, and we emailed it on October 31st.
So November 5th, receive the pictures today. I will show Mike and get back to you. And then there's a 2-week gap that you don't get back to her. Why?
Quite a few reasons. My daughter was in the hospital with a brain bleed. My phone had went down. I had no reception in the hospital, and nor at that point did I care. My
Okay.
daughter had a grade.
And that's
had
fine, but
brain
there are
bleed.
consequences to
I
that.
understand that.
Okay. Did you want, yes.
Yes, please. She's confused at this point. What she addressed when she was going through all this, she did not understand what was going on
Okay.
at the plaintiff's house.
Okay.
I've been doing this. I've been doing her
I don't
work
care how
for-
long you've been doing this. If that's who you have answering the questions of a client, that's on you, what you're saying.
She had gotten mistaken, and she had a miscommunication.
Okay, why don't you answer about what the testimony was from this roofer about your work? Why don't we respond to that?
I will. Everything that is on that contract was done. All right? Everything he did on his own. He made it up. He made his contract up.
Don't be hostile. I don't want a problem in my courtroom. Go on. Go on.
Okay? I know these gentlemen. Okay?
How do you know them?
He's worked for me, the brother, and
The brother
yeah,
worked for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not even in business. They don't even have a letterhead. They're nothing.
I don't know what that means.
They created this contract,
Okay.
and the plaintiff wanted to blame somebody for this leak.
Okay,
I
but-
didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm sorry, back it up. Are you a licensed roofer, yes or no?
I work for a roofing company. I don't own my own business.
Okay, are you a licensed roofer?
Did you see his contract?
Are you a licensed roofer?
I sure am,
Let
for
me see your
30
license.
years.
Let me see the license.
I didn't bring a license with
Are
me.
you,
I have.
step on up and switch with your brother? Are you a licensed contractor?
Yes, ma'am. I have 7 licenses.
Do you happen to have a roofing license?
No, I do not.
Okay, do you happen to have your contractor license with you?
I have my number, yes. I have
Okay.
a picture of my number.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever go up on the roof?
Yes, I went up with my brother the first day to check it out after she
And
called
when you
me.
looked at it, did you determine the same things your brother testified
Absolutely.
to?
You can see clear as day all the cracks.
Did you work for him at some point?
Well, I know him through a guy that worked with me for 6 years. He hired me to do a job for him that I did for a good price because he's a nice guy. I don't, have a problem
Did you
with
guys
him.
part unamicably?
No, not at all.
You didn't have any problem?
Not at all.
No.
I still don't have a problem with
Oh,
him.
why is he calling you you kind of call
I
them
know, I'm
clowns who
calling
made up
his
stuff.
brother.
Yeah, but you have a problem now because he just said that he went up there and he saw the same thing, and he's a contractor. So now what? I'll tell you now what.
You have two people.
Verdict for the plaintiff in the amount of the $1,010 that she had to shell out because nobody got back to her when she explained the problem. That problem shouldn't have been there, and it shouldn't happen 4 months after she paid for something to be done. Hold on, there's more she's suing for. You have $1,000 in attorney's fees on account of what, a letter?
I conversed
Did you
with
pay
him.
$1,000 for an attorney?
I have an invoice that
Yeah, but
is
you're not
payable.
gonna pay that because the guy's a buddy of yours or a woman's a buddy of yours, right?
Well, he gave me
Yeah,
a
I know
break
how that
on
goes.
it.
All right,
so-
interest and the amount paid, well, that would be redundant to also return $750. If you were able to be made whole, as you said many, many times. Oh, and by the way, we didn't even talk about that. Apparently, they repeatedly said, or she, as his agent, repeatedly said that they were gonna send you the money, please wait through the holidays, please give me until January, blah, 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 blah,
Correct.
right? And then they never paid you.
Correct.
Right. And then you got the attorney involved in a lawyer letter again, I
Correct.
guess, and then you filed. Correct? But you are right as what you said, as to what you said in those texts. I want to be made whole. But
Correct.
being made whole, if I order them to pay the $1,010, you are made whole.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay? So you couldn't also get the $750. So my verdict is in your favor in the amount of the $1,010.
So the plaintiff gets a judgment for just over $1,000. The defendant's just come out. If you'll step over here, sir,
Yeah.
what do you think
Yes.
about the judgment? What's your
I
opinion?
think the judge was just confused with everything going on with the other roofers contractors.
They have to know about roofing to understand it.
I mean, it's their word against
explained it
mine.
pretty good to her.
I know, but she just didn't understand. I've been doing this for over 30 years. They just stepped on it. It's a thing that happens.
Well, it looks like you've lost a customer.
What?
It looks like you've lost a customer, right?
On her account, not mine.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
But that's her decision. So
Yes,
you're going to have to live with it.
absolutely.
Okay. Sorry about that. All righty. Ms. Costello, if you'll step out here. You were suing for a lot more than you got, but
Correct.
You're okay with this?
Yes, I'm fine with it. As long as I got back the money that I had to pay out to fix his mistakes.
To be made whole.
Correct.
You are finished with him, I guess, at this point,
Totally
right?
finished.
He's done a lot of work for you in the
Totally
past.
finished. Correct.
But no more.
No more.
Okay.
A man's only as good as his word, and his word's no good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. You may go. Harvey?
So, Doug, you do have to give a contractor the ability to come back at least once and try to fix the job. The thing is, she couldn't find him, so she did the right thing.